Hey there. Ready to unlock some secrets to boosting your energy?
Always up for that. What have you got?
Today's deep dive is all about zinc.
Zinc! Really?
I know, right? It's a mineral that's getting a lot of buzz lately, and for good reason. We're diving into this article by Dr. Kumar from LifeWell MD.
Okay, I'm listening.
I always thought of iron and B vitamins as the energy all-stars.
Right, the usual suspects.
Exactly. But this article has me thinking differently.
How so?
What's the deal with zinc, and why haven't we heard more about it?
It's funny how some things fly under the radar.
Totally.
We've all been there, but Dr. Kumar is spot on. Zinc is essential when it comes to energy. It's like the missing gear in the machinery that turns the food you eat into energy you can actually use.
Okay, I'm hooked. So it's not just about what we eat, but how well our bodies use it. Where does zinc fit into all of this?
Think of it this way. Your cells have these tiny workers called enzymes.
Okay.
Their job is to process the food you eat and transform it into usable energy.
Right.
Zinc.
Yeah.
It's like their essential tool.
I see where you're going with it.
Without enough zinc, these workers can't do their job effectively, and your energy levels take a hit.
Wow, so it's like those workers are just standing around waiting for that one crucial tool, zinc. And without it, our energy production just stalls out. No wonder we feel that afternoon slump.
Precisely. It's like running on fumes, but it's
Yeah.
not just about those tiny workers.
Oh,
Dr. Kumar also talks about hormones and their connection to energy.
interesting.
And guess what?
What's that?
Zinc plays a critical role there too.
Okay, now we're talking hormones. This deep dive already has me wanting to grab a zinc-rich snack. But seriously, tell me more about this hormone connection.
Well, let's start with insulin. It helps regulate your blood sugar, making sure your cells get the energy they need. Zinc helps your body use insulin effectively. Without enough zinc, you might experience those dreaded sugar crashes that leave you feeling totally drained.
So that explains why I feel so sluggish after a sugary treat. It's not just the sugar itself, it's my body struggling to use it properly because of low zinc. Mind blown.
You got it. And that's just one hormone. Zinc also plays a role in regulating thyroid hormones, which control your metabolism, basically, how efficiently your body burns energy.
So if our thyroid isn't functioning optimally because of low zinc,
Yeah.
does that mean our metabolism slows down and we're stuck in energy-saving mode?
Well, it's not quite that simple,
Right.
but you're on the right track. Many factors influence metabolism, but zinc definitely plays a role. Think of it as one piece of the puzzle.
This is fascinating. I had no idea zinc was connected to so many aspects of our energy.
Right.
But how do we even know if we're not getting enough zinc? What are the signs?
That's the tricky part.
Yeah.
The symptoms of zinc deficiency can be quite common and easily mistaken for other issues.
Oh, man.
Dr. Kumar mentions persistent fatigue, feeling tired even after a good night's sleep.
Okay, so more than just needing that extra cup of coffee in the morning.
Exactly. It's a deeper kind of tiredness.
Huh.
You might also experience brain fog.
Oh, like brain fog.
Yeah, lack of focus,
Right.
difficulty concentrating, even low motivation. These could be signs your brain isn't getting the energy it needs.
And I imagine if we're constantly battling brain fog,
Right.
it takes even more energy to just get through the day,
Yeah,
which leaves us feeling even more drained. It's a vicious cycle.
you're exactly right. And to make matters worse, low zinc can weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to colds and other infections. And getting sick, that's a surefire way to zap your energy reserves.
Wow. So many things we just brush off as part of life could actually be linked to low zinc. You mentioned earlier that some people are more prone to zinc deficiency. Who should be paying extra attention to their zinc levels?
Dr. Kumar points out that vegetarians and vegans might be more susceptible to zinc deficiency.
That makes sense.
Mm.
Plant-based diets, while incredibly healthy in many ways, might not be the best sources of zinc.
It's not just about the amount of zinc in plant-based foods, but also something called bioavailability.
Yep.
This basically means how much of a nutrient your body can actually absorb and use.
Gotcha.
Zinc from plant sources isn't as easily absorbed as the zinc found in animal products.
So even if you're loading up on zinc-rich veggies, your body might not be getting the full benefit. That's good to know.
Absolutely. It's something to be mindful of if you're following a vegetarian or vegan diet. Another group that needs to be mindful are older adults.
Is that because as we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing nutrients in general?
Precisely. Dietary intake and nutrient absorption tend to decline as we age, so it's essential for older adults to be extra mindful of their zinc levels.
That makes sense. So we've established that zinc is essential, but Many of us might not be getting enough. What are the best sources of zinc? I'm ready to power up my plate.
Well, if you enjoy meat, you're in luck. Red meat, poultry, and seafood are excellent sources of zinc. They're like the VIPs of the zinc world.
So a balanced diet with those foods can go a long way in maintaining healthy zinc levels. What about those of us who lean towards a more plant-based approach? What are our best bets?
Don't worry, there are plenty of delicious options for plant-based eaters, too. Legumes, especially chickpeas, are a great source of zinc. Nuts, seeds, and whole grains are also good additions to your diet.
That's good to know. It sounds like a tasty trail mix could be a good zinc-boosting snack. But what about supplements? Are they a good way to bridge the gap if we're concerned about our zinc intake? So we've talked about getting zinc from food, but what about supplements? Are they a good option for those of us looking for an extra boost?
That's a great question, and it's important to approach supplementation with caution. Zinc supplements can be beneficial, especially for people with a diagnosed deficiency. Studies show they can effectively boost energy levels and combat fatigue.
So there's actual scientific evidence backing up those claims we often see on supplement bottles.
Exactly.
Okay, good to know.
But here's the catch: more isn't always better when it comes to zinc. Overdoing it can lead to some not-so-pleasant side effects.
Oh no. Like what happens if you take too much zinc?
Think nausea, stomach cramps, even headaches. And here's another thing. Too much zinc can actually hinder your body's ability to absorb other essential minerals, like copper. It's all about balance.
Right, that makes sense. It's definitely not something to self-prescribe or start taking without consulting a professional. What's a safe amount to aim for if someone is considering a supplement?
The recommended daily allowance for adults is around 11 milligrams for men and 8 milligrams for women, with an upper limit of 40 milligrams per day.
Okay.
But the most crucial advice I can give is to always talk to your healthcare provider before starting any new supplements, including zinc.
So basically get personalized advice and make sure it's the right choice for you. Got it.
Exactly. They can assess your individual needs, check for any potential interactions with medications you might be taking, and help you determine the appropriate dosage. They might even tell you that a supplement isn't necessary at all.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. Zinc is officially on my radar now.
Mine too. It's remarkable how such a small mineral can significantly impact our energy levels and overall well-being. You know, one thing that really resonated with me from Dr. Kumar's article was his point about how many people might be deficient in zinc without even realizing it.
It's true. We often accept fatigue, brain fog, or getting sick more frequently as just normal parts of life.
Exactly. We brush it off instead of considering that it might be something we can address. And that's what I love about these deep dives. They empower us to take control of our health and well-being.
So for anyone listening who's thinking, hey, this zinc thing is ringing some bells for me, what are our action steps? What can we do to make sure we're getting enough of this mighty mineral?
First and foremost, don't panic. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start by simply becoming more aware of your zinc intake. Are you getting enough zinc-rich foods?
Right. Look for those powerhouse sources, the meat, seafood, chickpeas we talked about.
Yeah.
And if you're considering supplements,
Talk to your doctor. They can help you figure out if supplementation is right for you and guide you on safe and effective dosages.
solid advice as always. Well, listeners, that wraps up our deep dive into zinc and energy. It turns out this little mineral plays a much bigger role than many of us realize.
It really makes you wonder what you could achieve with a little more zinc powering your potential.
That's a great point, something to think about. Until next time, everyone stay curious and take care.